Hello and welcome to Bendy, a podcast about being flexible in all of the ways that means. Thanks for joining us. My name is Andy Young and I'm one of your poetic semantic hosts. Joining me as always is our other poetic and semantic host, Beth Martin. Beth, a pleasure as always.
Andy, the pleasure is mine, not yours.
What? How dare you steal my pleasure? There's no need.
I know, right? How are you?
I'm not too bad, actually. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good today. I
Good.
Yeah, I think so. I broke the format a wee bit because I didn't want to get into what's a crack immediately. We sort of catch up first. Um,
Yeah.
so I am doing okay. Actually, had a bit of a less stressful day on the day of
Good.
this record, so which is nice, and I kind of got some stuff done. I made myself a big pot of dal, like Indian food, Indian
Oh
dal,
yeah.
yeah, like lentils and stuff like that. So that
Yeah.
was nice. So, you always feel good whenever A, it's food related, and B, you feel like you've been productive.
It's true. Uh it's funny. I don't know if our listeners really understand that we're recording across the planet.
The
So
ocean.
like
Yeah,
the ocean, yeah, the pond.
it's true.
So it's morningish my time and it's nighttime your time.
It is.
So it's like you've already had your whole day, and I'm like, I mean, it's 11 o'clock my time, but I walk the
Yeah,
dog.
it's true. It's still a productive day. I mean, sometimes if that's, I mean, like it's rarely that my days are just that, but sometimes if I have walked the dog, if I've, walked the dog, done a bit of yoga, I'm like, I'm good. I've
Yeah,
done useful stuff today. It's all good.
yeah, yeah.
But
But I try not to put like too much pressure on myself.
yeah,
I used to do that, and I'm doing it less, just
uh,
generally.
yeah, I don't think I can
Just
stop. I think I'm like addicted to putting pressure on myself. It's a constant struggle.
do you like make lists and stuff?
Oh yeah, I do. So like
Oh, look
I'm
at
showing
you.
Beth, but like they're
Oh
hellish. Like I don't know if you can see. Look at
my
them. I
God.
know it's
Your
scary. My list.
handwriting's
No,
terrible.
and it's awful, awful. At least I can read it. Nobody. It's probably best that people can't read all the stuff that's on my lists. But like because I've tried like digitizing them and things like that, but it just doesn't work for me. I just like to have
It
something
doesn't.
written down.
Yeah.
Um,
When I'm going full tilt list making, I'll draw little boxes that I can actually physically check off
yes.
to make myself feel better.
Hmm.
And then I'll cross it out as well. But I haven't been making this lately, and I have been far less productive.
It's very satisfying crossing out something on a list,
It really is. It really
especially if you
is.
got a big list and you're just like, I crossed all these out today. Yes.
Yeah. And sometimes I put things on the list like bath or
Mm,
make breakfast
mm.
or things I know I have to do, and then I just feel productive.
That's a good life hack, I think, to make you like also to relax a little more as well. Do you know what I mean? Because we do, like, we're talking about putting pressure on ourselves, and it's like I've done two things on my list.
Right. It's true.
I've
Can
showered
can
today.
we
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, I showered. Can we talk so is this to follow up last week's
Yeah.
episode where you were talking about the Halloween turn up and I
Oh yeah.
died laughing? I still I looked it up
Yeah. Beth, send me some
online just
pictures.
to see what does this look like. And I texted you and I was like, what the fuck? It was the most terrifying thing I've ever seen.
They were like proper. The ones that you sent me were really creepy. Like they had these
They
like
were so
tiny wee
scary.
eyes,
And like
and
these mouthy little teeth. And
yeah,
it was
the
like, it
teeth.
was like,
Like I would like to say, my turnips were not quite as scary, and if I can find pictures of them, I will send them to you. I mean, like they were like
no, you
half
don't need
assed.
to.
Yeah, it
I've
was
got
just.
the ones from the Smithsonian and it's
I'm
so
just.
scary.
I'm just gonna like next time I'm coming over to see you. I'm just gonna come a day early and just set turnips around your house.
I'll scream. Like,
Uh,
keep finding them in corners.
yeah, exactly. It's probably the more likely thing is that like you'll be like get a phone call from me, like Beth, customs will stop me, and I'm like, why? My bag was filled with turnips. And I'm not allowed to take this stuff internationally.
Right. So yeah, so that happened.
Yeah. So yeah, they were
So
they were scary. Those ones though they were. Mm.
I know, and it's just a fascinating cultural. Is that like UK thing, or is it
It's a good question.
an
I think it's
Irish?
Irish, definitely. I think it would have happened in the UK as well. I think so.
Did you
Because
put
like,
them outside?
yeah,
Like, uh-huh.
and put candles
Huh.
in them. Yeah, I remember doing that. I know.
So confused.
I think like, I mean, I'm probably gonna be huge ignorant or people will shout at me. I just don't think pumpkins are as common in the UK as they would be in the US. So I think that's probably why.
Hmm. Do you guys
Uh,
have like pumpkin spice stuff? Is it like pumpkin spice season there?
it started happening in recent years, but
Okay.
it wasn't as big a thing as again as in the US because we like pumpkin spice everything. I remember being in America like even like 10, 15 years ago and like pumpkin spice donuts and all sorts of pumpkin spicy things.
It's a thing. It's a
It's
thing.
yeah, I mean, and I've tried it like a couple of times just out of curiosity, and it's fine. I don't know why it's become so I don't know, omnipresent.
Yeah. It's not my favorite thing. Sorry to those out there who like wait and honestly, it's Starbucks
Yeah,
that created this phenomenon, I think. And um it's just like they make shirts now, like it's pumpkin spice season that people wear, and everyone's like, yay. I can't even
yeah,
talk about it. I can't even talk about it.
fair enough. Yeah,
So weird.
it is. I
It's
think it's
not
one of those things.
turnip season.
No, it's not turn. Oh, hey, my turnip
Spice
spice.
turnip season.
I'm writing that down on my idea list. Turnip spice. I'm adding it to the list. It sounds delicious, right? Who's not going to want turnip spice in their coffees?
You're welcome, Starbucks.
Yeah, Starbucks. We want a cut of this if you do it, okay? You
Yeah,
better
yep,
not.
yep. Yep. We've
I'm going to
created
copyright
something
this
new
right now.
here. Hmm.
Uh-huh. So Beth, well,
So,
I feel like I've already asked you this or we've been covering this. I was going to ask you what the crack was.
well, I do have some. I had something happen
Yeah.
that is like I'm having these bittersweet moments that
Hmm.
just are happening. Um, I I was at the pickup line, you know me in the pickup
Yeah.
line, chatting everybody up,
Yeah. All your friends.
picking up the kids at
Hmm.
school, and I had this random man walk up to me, and he was like, Did you just move here about a year ago and you're the house that's with the white paint?" He's like, "Are you from Washington?" I was like, "Yeah, it's us, we're from Oregon." And we were chatting, and well, he wanted to know what the paint colors were on our house because we had it
Okay.
painted and like painted the gutters and everything. And he was like, "I'd really love it if you would send me that information." Because I was like, "Oh yeah, like you can color paint or whatever." And he's like, "I'm gonna paint my house myself." And then he
Okay.
started crying,
Oh no. Wow. Okay.
and like
Uh-huh.
tears are welling up. And I was like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "Well," he was like, "Actually, a year ago, my wife passed away,
Right.
and this was something that she wanted, was to paint the house the same colors as your house. And so I wanted to do this for her, and I'm going to do it by hand." And I walked the dog today, and I haven't, because I have had COVID and I haven't been walking the dog. She's been very mad at me.
Yeah.
But I went down the street and I looked at his house, and he painted it,
Oh, lovely.
and I was like, "Oh." So yeah,
That's very
it's
sweet.
just like it is very sweet, and it's just like it goes to show that it was just a very like human moment
Yeah.
that I feel like I miss out on a lot of times, where people are, they tell you what's going on in their lives, you know?
Yeah.
And so that happened, and it made me feel it just super bittersweet, sad for him,
Yeah.
and watching him go, through the grieving process, and physically doing something so wonderful for his wife who passed away. So yeah,
Yeah, that's lovely. And that's a
I
nice,
am.
yeah, what a nice interaction as well. That sounds
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. So I'm gonna try it once it warms up. We'll have him and his kids over, and I was like, "Do your kids swim?" And he's like, "No," and I'm like, "They can learn in our pool."
Nice.
So yeah, I think we're making a friend there too.
Good. That's
So
lovely.
yeah,
Okay, that's
and
awesome.
I get grief too.
Yeah.
So I was like, I
Yeah.
can speak to you about this, and if you want to talk. And so that was the thing that happened.
Nice.
And I have a toad update. on the toad that I've been
Oh
rehabilitating.
yes, of course.
Jeremy or Chode the toad. We couldn't
Jeremy
decide on a
Chode the
name.
toad.
Chode. It was Chode the toad. But I don't want the kids to run to school and be like, we have a toad named
His name's
Chode.
Chode. Yeah, that's good. That's a good idea.
So he got released last night or afternoon. I don't want it to be like dark out, but like, you know, because they're cold blooded. So we put him down by the creek, and I checked an hour later and he was gone. And
nice.
So he's going and living his happy toad life. He's
living
fully rehabilitated and released back into the wild. So those are the things that are out. Yeah.
That's great. I love it.
I know. Just out there helping people with random things and saving toads.
Yeah, and giving toads their great lives that they've been waiting for.
And then I told you that we had hatched butterflies and released them. I have one that like is deformed. So now I just have a pet butterfly that I like feed oranges to every day, and he kind of like gimps around. And I think they only live for like 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah. So I'm gonna give him the best butterfly life that you can possibly have, he or she, they. So
that's amazing. Yeah, I mean, what did you say you feed them?
Oranges.
Okay, nice.
Anything that like you can make like a nectar, like basically like sugar water.
Okay.
But what they really like are like, I like to feed them with fruits. This is like the 3rd time we've done this, so
yeah, that's awesome. I love it.
Yeah. What's the crack with you, Andy?
What is the crack with me? I did have something for today, but it's completely I talked a
look at your look at your giant list if you can read your handwriting.
No, I don't want to look at my list. My list just depresses me. No, I did have a lovely conversation with a friend. This is probably better for what's occurring, actually. Okay. Let me think again. No, I did have a nice conversation with somebody just about life here, actually. Recently, just reminded me, you talking about me and that person in the line. And she's from South Africa. She goes to the yoga studio that I go to, and she had talked about like how much she loves it here, because like she had been over to visit South Africa for a while. She say she's from there. She lived there for like 20, 30 years of her life, and she finds it real, like she goes back and it kind of breaks her heart a wee bit because she finds it quite dangerous. It's kind of like she's talking about in Northern Ireland, you can, as a woman, walk around at night and not feel too worried, whereas it's just not the case over there. And it was just something I hadn't thought about a whole lot. And certainly my relationship to this country, I went through a period where I was like, I'm not really feeling it anymore, and it took me to kind of spend time away from the country and come back to it. That was like, you know what, there's a lot to love here. And I mean, it's every place has its ups and downs, but there's a lot to kind of love here. And it was nice seeing it through somebody else's eyes, and then seeing like why they like their life here. So it was good. It was a nice chat.
That's an interesting topic, like safety.
Yeah.
And like, what's it like? Like, what would it be like for me to walk around at night in Northern Ireland as opposed to San Diego? Like, that would be very different.
I like, it's interesting, and it's something like, you really take for granted as like, and we talked about this in the travel episodes. It's like, it's easy for me to travel because I'm a white man. I think I might have even mentioned this then, but I talked to a friend of mine, and I was like, who was a female, and I was like, you should go traveling. I think you're great. I think it would be really benefit you. And she was like, yeah, but it's different for you. And it took her to say that to me, and I was like, of course, you're right. It's completely different. It's this light bulb moment,
Yeah.
But yeah, it is. It's wild. It's such a shame, but that's the case for a lot of people, in different parts of the world.
But it's lovely that she feels that in your town.
Yes. And she was also telling me how, like, and this is a very Northern Irish thing, she's like, I love how people talk to each other here. And she's like, I remember going to a supermarket and talking to the lady who was doing the checking out her goods. And she said at the end of it, the lady knew her life story, her like how many kids she had, the name of her husband. And she's just like, this just wouldn't happen. This just wouldn't happen where I was from. And it was like, yeah, I suppose that's true.
You know what's happening here with grocery stores?
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you guys have Amazon stores there yet?
Not really. Certainly not in London and stuff like that. I think they do, but not so much
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. So they're either, so the Amazon stores, you kind of walk in and walk out and
Oh,
like,
I've heard about this.
yeah,
Yes.
or they have most things are going self-checkout. So you don't have an interaction with anybody. You go to the
Yes.
store, there's no, hi, how are you? Someone's getting your groceries, bagging them, or you bagging them. And people are upset that A, that jobs are being taken away, and
Yeah.
B, that we're now doing the job of the people that the store was paying before.
Yeah. It's true.
Right? Yeah. So a lot
Like,
of there's a lot of pushback for that happening. And
part of me loves the self checkouts a little bit because I'm like, I don't have to talk to somebody, but I also realize that that's maybe not a good impulse on my part.
yeah, but for some people, that's where they get their, like me with the pickup line, it's
Yeah.
like that's where they get their human interaction. And to have that taken away, especially now, that we're entering the world of working from home
Yeah. It's
more
true.
and more. So, anyways, that was super digression.
It was good.
Keep
It's good
talking
stuff.
about your stuff unless you
I
want
know.
to.
I think that's all I really had for what's a crack. So I guess the next question to ask is what's occurring.
Do you want to start with your?
Oh yeah, so I will. So
Okay.
one of my good friends, she sent me a message and it just came through the other night. And it was really lovely. She works as a social worker and she really responded, particularly to the mental health episode we did, but just kind of generally had some really lovely feedback about just the way we were talking about things and, how we talked about things and how like she had been like recommending it to people, both like people that she'd worked with and friends and things like that. And it was very lovely feedback. It was a very lovely message. So it was most welcome and it has
That's wonderful.
been lovely to both of us.
Yeah. Well, pat yourself on the back.
Yeah,
Good
exactly. Oh,
job. Good job.
yeah, we rock.
With our soft hearts.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, that's so great. So I the episode 7 was the mental or emotional mental health episode,
Yeah,
and it hit a chord with people.
I really
I
did.
actually I had a friend say that they know you're single, and they were like, that episode should be Andy's dating profile because it was like he's so great, and
That's very kind.
like what a yeah, what a very like self what's the word I'm looking for?
So
Just like
facing. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Actualizing.
self-realized
Yeah, yeah,
person, self-actualized,
yeah,
whatever, you know what I'm talking about.
yeah. I know you're talking about. Yeah,
So you're
I'm I'm living it.
I know.
I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm a mess.
That's why we love you.
Yeah.
Everyone's a mess. That's the
Yeah, exactly,
thing.
exactly. That's the thing.
And then we got a feedback from a friend who is a Bendy listener. Her friend is a Polish transplant living near Chicago.
Hmm.
And they said that this podcast, they're interesting, uh, thought evoking, and funny, and I like their topics. You were right. It's like sitting with your best friends, much needed change from heavy duty topics. So I thought
That's really nice. Yeah, it's a lovely one as
yeah,
well. Very kind.
pass.
Yeah, we love to
Yeah.
hear it. We
So
really do.
I know it's weird getting compliments, like what you were saying in the
It
last
is.
episode, where you're like, when people say nice things about me, it makes me want to run away.
I think did I say that I wanted to like put my hand in their face and push them away?
Yes, push them away.
uh,
But I just, that feels good. I also just want to
that's
say that, listeners, this is your show too.
yeah,
So we would love to hear, not necessarily feedback about what you like, but if there are topics that you would like
yeah,
us to touch on, like turnips,
yeah. A
um,
whole turn episode, right? Coming up.
right? Pumpkin spice, sorry,
I
but
mean, I
yeah,
feel like
we're here, we're listening.
we don't limit ourselves. We could think about like a turnip season, like a few months, maybe alternative content. People would love it. Just coming back for more.
This is like going to be the first t-shirt. It's going to be like bendy and it's going to have a turnip on it.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. So, so yeah, those are those are the things that I have that have been occurring.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
suppose it's time for us to talk about
I'm so
this
excited.
week's topic. So like I have, and Beth may overrule me here, I have decided to call this episode Slinging Slang.
Sling slang?
No,
Slinging,
slinging
slinging
slang. Yeah,
slang.
like we're throwing slang at each other. Yeah, I mean, like it's happened now. Okay,
That's
I've said it.
exactly what's gonna happen.
Okay, so it's perfect. It's okay.
Sorry. I'm
Great.
sitting at my daughter's desk and like it's so full of junk and stuff just fell on the floor. So singing slang, I love it. Slinging
Slinging slang.
slang.
Yeah. Yeah. So there
Okay.
you're seeing how the sausage
Or
is
we'll
made.
like throw some Paris Hilton in there and we'll be slinging slang.
Exactly. Finally, Paris Hilton's
Actually, that
time to
might be a
shine.
good marketing idea.
She's I mean, we might be able to get her because I think she's supposed to like in a deal with like Twitter that has fallen apart within the past week, so she's
Yeah,
probably
I saw
free.
that with Elon Musk. Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
She's yeah. Okay, I'll let her know.
All right, perfect. I mean,
Okay,
you're
okay.
closer to her. You can just drive around her house, I guess.
Probably.
That's how it works over there, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep, yep. And then you get
So
arrested. But
yeah,
yeah.
I get arrested. Yeah. So
Or I go in her house and just steal her stuff, and then
yeah, I mean that's a good way to get rich too. I'm sure she's got some nice stuff.
Yep.
So I guess this episode, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about slang from different both sides of the pond. From there's some Northern Ireland specific stuff. There's some Irish specific stuff. Beth's going to have. Well, I don't know what Beth's going to have. I presume stuff from your part of the world currently and parts of
Uh-huh.
the world that you
Uh-huh.
lived in previously too, or parts of America,
Uh
America rather that you lived in
yeah,
previously.
I'm just I've got America and I'm also yeah, I've got we have a last episode where like
We do.
I forgot to record myself. And so I made it more difficult this time for you.
Oh, you
I'm just
did?
gonna say
Okay.
that.
Oh,
I
challenge
did.
accepted. I'm quite
Uh-huh,
excited for
uh-huh,
that.
uh-huh.
I've got a few new ones from last time, and I think I've got like
Okay.
sentences that I want to kind of give you and to see if you can like figure out.
What you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. And just interpret it.
The one, shall I start with one?
Yes.
Okay.
Just lay it on me. I'm
So
ready.
I kind of want to read this to you without any sort of like intonation in my voice because I think it would kind of give it away. But I
Okay.
was playing a video game with an online video game with a friend recently, an American friend recently, and I said something and he just laughed and laughed and he was like, that's amazing. I've never heard you say that before. So the phrase was, and these will all be words that you understand, but I kind of want you to tell me whether you think this is positive or negative.
Okay.
And what I said was, with no intonation, you fucking dancer. So the phrase is, you fucking dancer.
I'm gonna say positive.
It is. Somebody had
Because I
done some.
like
Sorry, go
like
on.
why dancing though? Why dancer?
Oh yeah, God, you're gonna ask me to figure out what it means. I don't know, but like it is, and it's something that I hadn't said for so long. I don't know where it came from, but somebody did something good in the game, and I was like, "Ooh, you fucking dancer!" And my friend just cracked up, and he was like, "Wow, I've never heard that one before." And I'm like, "Have you not?"
I'm
So yeah,
gonna
that was
start
just
using it.
yeah,
Start appropriating that.
yeah, it's a good one.
Okay.
I think it's particularly a Northern Irish one as well, I should say. But anyway, go on.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, do tell me, yeah, which region?
Yeah, as to the best of my knowledge, I will. There will be some stuff that I'll be like, so a lot of it. There's a lot of Ulster Scots stuff, and so that will be typical to both Ulster, which is Northern Ireland, kind of, and Scotland. So yeah.
Okay. All right. So I've got some phrases,
Okay.
not just words. Melting pot.
Yes. So melting pot means like loads of like different communities of all sorts of different backgrounds, kind of all coexisting in the same place.
You're right. I hate you so much.
Yeah.
Andy gets a point. Okay, so it's 1-1. I'm gonna start keeping score.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
please do. Actually, that's a good idea. We can mark up the
Okay.
scores at the end.
Okay, so Andy and Beth. So far, we're tied. All right, you go.
Okay. So, if I was to describe somebody as a melter, what would that mean?
Okay, melder
No,
or
melter. So, like
melter.
melting pot. So,
Okay.
Melter.
Okay. I'm gonna say that person's really hot. No. Shit. Person's a melter.
Uh,
Melter. I
yeah.
don't know. I don't know.
So, if somebody's a melter, they're kind of annoying. So, like,
Oh,
they're like
really?
melting your head. So, like, oh, that person's a melter because that's yeah, how
Like
that
my
yeah, my
brain is
brain is like
melting.
running out of my ears because they're kind of irritating. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I make that makes sense, but like I think mine makes more sense.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah.
I think you guys are doing it wreong.
Okay, well, like I'm gonna take this to the people of
Tell your
yeah,
country.
yeah, the people of Northern Ireland and tell them they need to readjust.
All right. Um, Whistle Stop Tour.
Whistle Stop Tour is a very quick um a trip that stops in multiple places, but you're only stopping for a quick piece of time in each place.
You're right. Often used
Oh,
in like, yeah, they used to do like political train stop tours.
oh, is that where it came from? Okay, I didn't know
Mhm.
that.
Probably somewhere else, but yeah, that's what I remember just from, yeah. So you're right. You got a point. So it's 3-1 right now.
Nice.
All right.
Okay, so we talked about this before.
Yeah.
So I'll see if you remember it, but the phrase is about ye.
Boji. Oh, I don't remember. Okay.
B
I
B O
remember
B O
the
U T
B-O-U-G
B O
B-O.
U T space Y-E. About ye.
Don't.
Such a
You're lucky that
ridiculous
I
one.
don't have a memory.
Working out nicely for me.
I know.
Um, so the phrase,
Okay.
everyone, is about
Uh,
ye.
Is
About ye. About
it
ye.
like what's up?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'll
Okay.
give you that for
Okay.
sure. It's kind
That's
of
right. That's
like
right. Okay. Okay.
because
I'm
it was
getting
I think I remember breaking it down for you before. Like it's so ridiculous. I love it so much. So it's kind of like
how is it?
it's like so it's what about you basically down to a very sort of shortened to the minimum sort of
A
understandable level, I
boat
guess.
a boji?
But gee, yes, yes. So like you could walk into a room and see somebody go Boji, and you're saying how are you essentially. I suppose I think I compared
So
it to like
great.
how y'all doing or something like that. I guess.
I'm turning this into a t-shirt too.
Boji. I feel like some of the
Okay.
remember I sent you like I sent you like some what were the posters before
You
with some
did.
from phrases
Yes,
on
I
them.
have them. I have them.
I'm trying to remember what
And they
they
make no
have.
sense.
No, they make no sense.
I had to Google them, and it was like, what did they? I have to find them,
Okay.
and I'll
Okay. I can't remember what they said.
yeah,
Yeah. They
no,
had things like that on them. Yeah. Okay. Do you have one for me?
I do. I'm gonna dead ass.
Dead ass. I have heard that and I've never been entirely sure what it is. Hold on. Let me kind of think about
What's your
this.
best guess?
So I guess my guess is that it would be to describe a person, right? It's kind of like a unreliable kind of bum, sort of. No?
No,
What is it?
it's being serious. Like I'm serious. Like I'm serious about this
Okay.
thing. Like no, dead ass. Like for real.
Interesting. Oh, I don't
Uh-huh.
think I have heard it in
Uh-huh.
that context. I
Uh-huh.
think.
So now you can start using this.
Okay, well, perfect. Thank you. I I think I had heard when I heard dead ass, it was like in conjunction with another word, but I can't think where I'm digging that up from. But yeah, okay, okay,
Yep, I googled
nice.
it.
You got me.
I googled it. So we're tied right now. Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Tables are
Uh,
turning, my friend.
okay, okay, okay. The word I have for you is Hallion.
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 Is it like Hellion?
I suppose. I don't. You know. Uh, it's definitely got connective tissue, but I don't think it's quite the same because I think a
Okay.
hellion, as far as I'm concerned, is like a real kind of bad troublemaker. Whereas,
Yeah.
but like a kind of like, whereas I think a hellion is something like you could
Alien.
call. Sorry, I'll not.
Okay, okay. You're gonna tell me what the answer is.
Yeah, I was anyway. I was going to figure
I'm
that
gonna give
first.
myself a point.
Yeah,
Okay, Hallion, Hallion, Hallion.
maybe it's the same now I'm thinking about it.
If I say it enough times, then I'll know what it means.
Yeah,
Hallion.
like
Oh,
could you
I have no idea.
could you call your kids hellions or like could like a
Yeah,
grandparent?
like
Yeah,
they're it's kind of like it's not necessarily like they're bad. It's just like, oh, they get into some trouble. You're a
yes.
hellion.
I think then it's much the same, honestly. Because
Okay.
I guess that like hellion, as far as my understanding was, that it was like something more strong, like it was like a criminal, for example. But no, it's just a kind of a
Mhm,
troublemaker.
mhm.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's right. I think that's
Okay,
pretty
okay.
much a 1-to-1. Yeah, you
So
got it.
do I
You
get
got
the
it.
point or do you get
Yeah,
the
no, you get
point?
the point for that one.
Thank you. Cement booties.
Oh, so is this like a cement overcoat, like the kind of mafia would like to throw somebody in the river? Yes, it
Yes,
is, isn't it? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yes,
Okay, phew.
yes, yes. So you would actually put someone's feet in cement, let it dry, and then throw them in the water.
This has there been actually cases of that? Like
Yes,
there are. Okay, I
yes.
had wondered whether it was like
More on the East Coast
apocryphal.
side.
Okay, I guess it was
Uh,
Chicago way and stuff like that, and
New York.
New York.
Hmm.
Yep, yep, yep. Okay, okay,
Yep,
that makes
yep,
sense.
yep. It's kind of like the sleeping with the fishes crowd.
Yeah,
Yeah, which I know
I'm gonna have to make
that
a
that
note of which ones I've said to you. Okay, so um,
okay, so I'm gonna give you a point. Okay, I'm ready.
so the next word is banjaxed.
Banjaxed.
Banjaxed. Our word
I've
is
been like I've
banjaxed.
been banjaxed. It's like
Burping off mic.
you're burping off mic.
Mhm.
I do that too.
And
I'll be like,
then telling people about
yep, yep.
it.
What's the word again?
The word is banjaxed. Our word is banjaxed.
Banjaxed.
Uh,
Banjaxed.
so yeah, I mean it's
Okay, I'm gonna just throw a guess because I have no
okay.
idea. It means that I'm in trouble.
It's not far off. If something is broken, I don't
Okay.
like so if
Oh,
something is like broken and not working, you could say it's banjaxed, but you could also talk about somebody like if somebody was like maybe for example particularly hungover or maybe had broken something or sprained something, you could be say they're banjaxed. I don't know. I'm sure you're gonna get shouted at for my interpretations of these things, but that's how I see it.
I think I don't get the point on that one.
Yeah, I don't think you're close enough.
Okay.
Sorry.
Fine, whatever. All right. Okay. Lemon.
If something is like a dud, so like if your bag hard, it was crap, it would be a lemon.
Yes.
Whoop
Ugh.
whoop.
Whoop whoop.
Um, okay, I have a particular sentence for you here for this next one,
Okay.
and I want you to tell me what you think had happened if somebody was to say this. So, if somebody was to say, "I got a carry out from the office," what have they done?
They've gotten take. Okay. Say it one more time.
I've gotten a carry out from the office.
From the office.
Yeah, so it's
Office.
OFFIES, I believe.
Office. I got arrested by the cops.
No,
Okay.
it's I got what do you call them? Oh, you call them liquor stores. So I got some alcohol from the liquor store, I guess. That's how Americans talk, isn't it? I got some alcohol from
Yeah.
the liquor store.
Is that your is that your American accent?
No, 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 no. That's not my American accent. You know my American accent's awesome, but I'm gonna
It
save
is.
that. That's a New Year treat for y'all. Oh, I give you a y'all there though at least.
Okay, no, repeat it again.
So the phrase was
Office.
I got a carry out from the office. So we call liquor stores in are often called off licenses. So OFF dash license. Yeah, it's a weird sort of thing. And then that has become shortened to offies. Yeah.
Just too many letters.
People just don't, you know how lazy people are? They just like, especially if something has like multiple syllables in it, it's like this thing is getting shortened in no time.
Oh, gee.
Yeah. Just don't
Okay.
care.
I love it. Okay. Fubbing.
Give it to me again.
Fubbing.
Bobbing.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, I do not know that one at all. So I'm going to make a guess that bobbing is, I
You want me
think,
to
just
spell it?
making a mistake. No, I don't think it would help me at all. I'm guessing it's Fubbing.
Mm-mm.
Was it
PH
not? Oh, okay.
PHUBBING.
I really don't know what that is.
It's ignoring someone by you pretending to talk on your cell phone.
Oh, how interesting.
Yeah, I used to do that in college a lot.
I had a friend who
I
just
forgot.
as
I'm doing myself.
we used to love to like really run really like harmless pranks like that didn't affect people. So he would like he had like if he had an old mobile phone that he just wasn't gonna be using anymore, he would like to he liked to like take it out with him sometimes and then just pretend to be having an angry phone call with somebody and just smashing the
Uh-huh.
phone.
Uh-huh.
um
My best friend would do that. She'd walk around,
mhm.
uh, but she would make fun of everyone that she saw next to me. Like we would be walking next to each other. She'd be like, "Oh my god, her pants are so ugly." The one on the left, right? And I would be like dying laughing. It's like that was probably not the nicest thing, but at the
No,
time, it was the
whenever
90s,
you're in
man.
whenever you're in college as well, it's just like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
all bets are
yeah.
off.
And early 2000s.
This is
I'm
yes.
hip. I'm hip.
Yeah.
Okay.
We all are.
Okay. So I gave myself a point on that.
Mm-hmm.
Did I already give myself? I'm gonna give myself another one. So I can't
Well,
remember if I
hold
gave
on a
myself.
minute here.
I
I think the scorekeeper is biased, to be honest with you.
might be a little biased. All right, lay one on me.
Okay, so the next one I have is I don't think I had this one even in our past one, so it's one I've remembered about is the word is hoke.
Hoke?
Hoke.
Hoke. Can you spell, please?
Hoak. When I checked, I thought it was Hoke, but Hoak apparently is the spelling of it according to a Ulster Scots dictionary
Okay.
type thing.
Okay. Hoke.
Hoke. Our word is
Oh,
hoke.
our word is
Just so we're
hoke.
not.
Hoke. It means local.
No, it means like
Okay.
it specifically is like if you are trying to find something. Say, for example, there's something in your bag and you can't find it. I would say Beth is hooking around her bag to find her
Really?
chopstick or whatever. Yeah,
Like
it's
it means to like rummage?
yes, rummage. Exactly.
Poke?
Poke. I know it's so nasty. It really is. Poke.
It doesn't make any sense.
It's so
What is
dirty.
what is the root? I'm
Oh,
telling you,
who
I'm gonna have to
knows?
like. I
Like, it's
know.
probably so much of our slang. It has its roots in like one of the very sort of Gaelics in this sort of like
Mhm.
Ireland, Scotland, and so on. I'm sure they all are.
Yeah, we just steal words from everyone, so
Yeah.
that's
I
why
mean,
you know everything. It's so not fair. Okay. Um. Oh, I did this one already. Jonesing for.
oh, if you really want something really bad.
All right. Oh,
Is this yeah, but it is true that like obviously there's so much American content over here and so many American films and things like that, so we get so
mhm,
exposed to
mhm,
that sort of stuff.
mhm.
Um, okay,
USA. USA.
yeah, okay.
Uh-huh.
Uh, uh, okay. The word is. I wonder if this is okay. The word is wick.
Wick. spelled W-I-C-K?
Yes, so like a candle wick. Yeah,
Okay.
the word is wick.
Wick.
Just so we don't
Just
have.
what? Just sweat?
No, I've heard it in those terms though, but like if something's wick, it's bad.
Really?
Yeah. So it's
I
like,
I heard that burp.
no, sorry, was that on air burp? No. Oh
It finally
no.
happened.
Oh no. Um,
Wick.
if something's wick, it's bad. So like it's kind of wick.
Like, interesting.
And
Like,
I think it's gotta be connected with the candle somehow, but I don't know
well, it's
where
like on
from.
the East Coast, they say wicked and it's good.
Yeah, that's
Like,
true.
that's wicked. So it's that somewhere in translation.
Yeah, like I suppose it's it's maybe like a bad equals good type of thing. If something's bad, it's
Mhm.
kind of so it's probably one of those things that has, you know, become so pummeled over time that any sort of original meaning is completely gone from it.
Mhm.
But
So,
yeah,
okay. Um, Finsta.
give that to me again.
Finsta.
Finsta.
I had to I'm like trying to stump you. So yeah.
I like it. Okay. Finsta is a new one on me. Finsta. I'm just gonna make a stab in the dark and say fancy. If something's fancy, it's Finsta.
No. So this is for our younger demographic that are
Hmm.
in on the socials.
Yeah.
So it's like a fake it's a fake Instagram account.
Ah, I have
Yeah.
heard of this. Nuts.
Yeah. That like famous people or people with like notoriety that don't want everyone to know their business, they create fake
Yeah,
accounts
okay, that makes sense.
called Finstas.
I have heard of that.
Okay.
But I just don't think I knew the word.
Yeah.
I heard that. I think I might have mentioned to you before, maybe on pod was. I found out what Riz was. I think I did. I can't remember. Anyway, Riz
Riz.
is sort of a shortened version of charisma. So if somebody has Riz, they are charismatic, and um it was apparently just in the past week or so voted the most annoying word of the year. And I'm like, oh,
Ooh.
I have to use Riz all the time. Speaking to me. Perfect. That's what I wanted. The most annoying word.
Can
Yes,
I
please.
hashtag
Yes,
it?
please. I got that Riz. I know you're talking about all the Riz that I got
I
all the
know.
time.
Well, you were talking about how we need to bring Rad back, and I agree.
But what? Sorry?
Rad.
Yes, I agree. And I do use that case. I don't know how that sort of got back into my vocabulary. I was probably watching
I don't
Teenage
know. It's
Mutant.
been Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah,
Is this
probably.
is this where I get to talk about my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle rap? If you
Yes, we talked about
stand
this before.
for what you believe in,
Yeah,
find the strength to do what's right. That's turtle power.
so
I
good.
totally had it on tape. It was
I
so
had it
good.
on record, believe it or not,
Did
showing
you?
my age.
Did you
Yeah, I
really?
did. I was like, when I was young, it was still kind of tapes were starting to become more of a thing. But like they were about, but most singles were still released on vinyl at that point. So it was quite exciting. Um,
Mm.
okay, it's me now, isn't it?
Uh, yes.
Okay, so the word is Baltic. The word
Baltic.
is Baltic. Making an
These are
exercise,
hard.
please. I
You're
know.
making my brain work here.
Like,
I feel like I'm taking the SATs and I'm like, I didn't take Latin. I don't know.
yeah,
Um, it's a
like,
dead language.
yeah.
I'm
I
gonna
should
say
have.
I'm gonna say cold.
Yes, perfect.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Got it.
Ah,
Good work. I should have.
thank
Have you
you.
seen?
You're so nice. You're like, good job. And I'm like, you get one. I'm like, God damn it.
uh,
That's how we play board games differently.
yeah, it's gonna be. We haven't played many board games. It's gonna get vicious, I think.
Yeah, we played some at the when you
We
came,
did. We
and we
did. We
played
did.
some in Costa Rica.
We did. We did a little bit. A little bit.
Rhino Hero.
We did play Reno Hero. It was good fun. Um, have I just because I was thinking a good like way of training you into some of the stuff would be to get you to watch Marius films. Have you ever seen The Guard?
No.
Oh, It's so good. So it's basically Don Cheadle plays this sort of, I think, a CIA agent who has come over to Cork in Ireland to investigate some arms weapon smuggling, and he's
Ooh, fun.
assigned a local sort of policeman who's played by, oh no, Brendan Gleeson.
Okay.
It's so much fun. I think you'd really dig it. The interaction between him and Brendan Gleeson and Don Cheadle is amazing. It's just some of the funniest stuff ever. But
I'm gonna
yes,
watch it.
it's a real good
My
one.
One of my favorite Irish movies is The Commitments.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I've seen
Love
that for
it.
ages. Yeah.
So good though, and funny and
It is.
sweet, and like it's all the things. The music is good.
It's true.
We
Yeah.
are we are the Commitments. Yeah, I've probably seen it like 50 times.
I've only seen it once and it was ages ago.
When
I really
they're like trying to like they're doing like a benefit concert for heroin. They spelled heroin wrong.
yes.
I have it with an E on the end, like the
I
heroin
I
everyone.
like a heroin, yeah. That's great. It's been
Ah,
so long. Oh
like climbing over the fence to get to the practice area.
yeah.
And the mom's like, over the top, over the top. Anyways, I could go on apparently.
I believe so. I think the last one's Baltic, so it's one
Oh,
for
it's
you.
me.
Mhm.
Okay. I was that one already. You're gonna get this, but I just couldn't help myself. Cut the cheese.
Oh, fart.
Yay.
It's yeah. I don't think. Yeah,
I
maybe
wonder
I've
where
heard
it
it
came
used
from.
or
Maybe
heard it.
it's an Irish. Do you guys say that?
No,
Like
but
cut
I
cheese?
definitely have heard it in like American movies and stuff like that. And I'm trying to think if
Yeah.
people maybe would have said that when I was younger, like in school
Yeah.
and stuff. Maybe like it's interesting that there was people who in school would like because of would like call their mom's mom and things like that to try to be more American. You would see
Oh,
that a little
really?
bit.
Instead
Yeah,
of
yeah,
mom?
yeah.
Huh.
So I think you may have found people using phrases like that in their attempts to be more sort of American, you know.
Mhm, mhm. Not a good idea.
No.
Stick with what you got. Um, what was I gonna say?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I was wondering what kind of cheese would be smell so bad, and
Oh,
then I'm
that's
like,
true.
maybe it's
Oh,
probably Limburger.
yes. I was gonna say Limburger or like one of the other sort of blue cheeses. I think there was one. Yeah, Limburger's a bad one though.
Yeah, my dad as like pranks that used to put Limburger cheese on like each other's engines. It's like on a hot day, you'd get in your car and it would just be like it smells so bad.
I don't know that we have Limburger. I mean, like we definitely got smelly cheeses, but I don't really like it is. It's one of those cheeses that I know the name of, but it feels like again through American sort of movies is my
Yeah,
connection to it.
yeah.
Who
Do
knows?
you like smelly cheeses?
I don't mind them. I like a sort of like a really. I do like a blue cheese, like a good blue
I
cheese.
I love a good blue cheese. I love a good gorgonzola cheese.
Yeah,
I
they're quite sticky.
my dad loved Limburger. We had a lot of Limburger. Do you guys have Emmenthal?
Yes, we do.
We don't that's not like very popular here, but I freaking love it. Like
It's
Swiss
great.
cheese. It's so
Oh,
good.
yeah,
Anyways, I just love cheese.
yeah.
I could
That's
do a
a
whole episode on my love of cheese.
right. We're write it down.
Okay.
We're gonna add that to our list. Cheese. Uh,
Episode whatever, cheese.
cheese. This the cheese month, followed by the turnip month. Um. Okay. So the next word is it's a and this is a softball thing is
Okay.
crack.
You're just feeding me this. Like what's a
Uh,
crack?
yeah.
It means what's up?
Yeah,
What's
it
going
does.
on?
It does. It can also mean fun. It can also mean like it's a
Like that
fairly
was crack?
multi-purpose word. Yeah, and that was good crack.
Oh,
You would say, that was good. If that was good crack, or he was.
that was good crack.
Yep. Or you could say, yes, I know,
Means something very different
right?
here.
Or you could say, or in talking about a person, you could say he was good crack or she was good crack. Um, yeah, I think I like, and there's so many kind of ways you can use it. It's such a sort of versatile word. And I think I told you before, one of the like sort of highest peaks of crackdom, I guess, would be the Cracks 90. And one of my favorite sort of, and that describes like driving. It's insane. I don't even
Like 90 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But one of my favorite deliveries ever was when somebody was really bored and I'd like met them. It was at a work event or something like that, and I went to see him. And I was like, "How's it been so far?" And he goes, "Yeah, cracks 90," just in a very, very flat, very sarcastic tone. I was like, "Yeah." So yeah,
So it's interesting. Here, I think it's just like I still use the phrase, oh, like, oh, it goes to 11.
yeah,
Do you know what
yes,
that is?
yes.
From Spinal Tap. Like, this one goes to 11.
Did you hear they're making a Spinal Tap too? I don't know how I feel about that at all.
I mean, it's Christopher. If it's Christopher Guest, he can do whatever.
Apparently, it is. Yeah, yeah,
I mean, he played the six-fingered man,
yeah.
and also the guy in Dog Show that's like
Yes,
talking about nuts and
so
all the
good.
different kinds of
Oh
nuts.
yes, I forgot about that. It's a great bit.
Pistachio nut, peanut, macadamia nut.
That's so good.
I'm cool. I love Christopher Guest movies.
So there,
Like Waiting for Guffman. He's just, and
uh,
he's married to Jamie
Jim,
Lee
he
Curtis,
is. Yep.
who's a national treasure,
Yes, yes,
international treasure. So,
yes.
anyways, okay. Um, hankering,
Say it again.
hankering.
Oh, if you really desire something, you'll be hankering for it.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're winning so far.
That's what I like to hear. Okay.
Good job,
Thank
but
you.
you said the
Um,
word. It was hard.
um, okay. The word is, I think I should have a wee bit of context for this. So
Okay.
the word is mucker. If I was to talk about a mucker of mine, what would I be talking about?
A mucker of yours.
Yeah. So Mucker, mucker. Our
M-U-C-K.
word is mucker. I'll just
Okay.
fill for a bit what I was
Wait.
thinking. Mhm.
Yeah, I like it. Don't make any
Okay.
like
Okay.
song. Don't do countdown songs or
No,
anything.
no. I'm not gonna do
Jeopardy.
that. I'm just gonna like repeat the word
Fill
probably.
airtime.
Yeah, fill
Okay.
airtime.
Yeah, mucker.
Mucker.
That like this
Mucker.
person is mucker.
Yeah, like a person is a mucker. What would they be? What would their relationship be to me if they were a mucker of
I'm gonna
mine?
say a close friend.
Yes, that would be good.
Really?
Yeah,
That was a
absolutely. Yeah.
total. I was totally guessing. I have no
Yeah, I mean,
idea.
like, I feel like it is so ambiguous that one because like mucker's not like muck's not great necessarily. He's just like,
No.
yeah.
Why do you say mucker?
Oh, I don't know. It's like very much one of those.
You hate
It's
it when I ask like
I
origin.
know, I know. I don't like how I need to search stuff.
Okay. He's not searching Google right now,
I'm not
guys.
searching Google.
Okay.
I'm reaching into my mind palace. That was a what there was a guy I think he's having the US as well who like a hypnotist, Darren Brown. Does that sound familiar? Okay.
No.
So
I'm
like
not really hip with hip on who's a famous hypnotist. So.
he did I nor am I for the most part, but he did all this like really crazy shit. Like he like hypnotized a guy into believing he was in an apocalypse and like got all these people to like pretend they were zombies and stuff like that. He's done so many like
That's funny.
insane things. He talks about that as well, about like how he does certain mind tricks is he reaches into his mind palace, and I was like, I understand what you're saying, but that's the most pretentious shit I've ever heard.
All
But
right.
yeah.
So where how mucker? What?
Oh, so mucker, you were right. No, so you're right. So mucker is a person who removes dirt and waste, especially from mines or stables. So I guess oh wait, that's not
But
that
why
doesn't
would you why would you be like this is my this is my friend or like
uh
we're
I have no my mind
is it
palace.
because it's like I get the sense that your culture likes to say the opposite.
Yeah, I think so that's fair. So I think that's
Uh-huh.
probably a good reason for it. I'm not finding a ton of stuff again in my mind palace to back this up
Not Google.
here, and not Google, never. How dare you? So I don't know the answer to that question. But it's just, yeah, I think it is that it's like it's the opposite meaning, I guess. Like somebody who's dirty, my old friend, for whatever
Yeah,
reason.
gotcha. Okay, makes no sense, but I got it.
Yeah,
And I gave myself a point.
yeah, that's fair.
Okay. Poppin.
Popping.
Poppin.
If the spot is popping, it's off the chain. It's so much fun. Yeah.
Yes. Good
I've been to
job.
some popping joints in my time.
Like
Um,
what? Like what?
Name ones. Oh no. Do you put me on the spot here?
Ice
The one that
fishing.
occurs to me. No, actually, the Fabrica de Arts in Cuba occurs to me as somewhere that was really popping. Um, what a pretentious answer. The Fabrica de Arts in Cuba,
In
Beth.
Cuba.
Thank you very much. Was very popping. Okay.
Okay.
So the
I'm
next one
getting these are making I'm starting to get nervous.
yeah. So I feel like this is I'm going to give you the word. I feel like if you give me any answer, because okay, the word is yoke. Yoke. Yoke.
Okay, to yoke. Bringing things together.
It certainly could mean that, and I will grant you that. Yoke is a multi-purpose word. So like you could say, and you will find people who will say a sentence like, can you grab me the yolk from the yolk over in the yolk? So thing, I guess.
Thing. Can you
Yeah.
grab me the thing in the thing from the thing?
Yes. But like even more generally, because like the yoke could be used to be describing a car in that example, or so get me the I guess wrench from the car in the garage. So get me the yoke from the yoke in the yoke. Like
And
that,
that's like people who say that and someone else will know what they mean.
I would say somebody would say that. I don't know if I would go as far to say somebody would know what they mean, but I've definitely heard sentences like that where it's like they clearly aren't thinking of the words. They're engaged, too much engaged in whatever they're doing. So they just, sentences like that come out and it's like you're just supposed to know. I mean, like, I guess with context clues, you could maybe figure it out in some cases, but I've definitely heard sentences like that.
Huh.
Yeah, I know.
Thing.
Baffling.
Quite. Okay. I've got no, I did that one. I'm on my last one. How many more do you have?
I have one more as well, so that's perfect. That's good timing, actually.
Watch the bottom line.
I suppose primarily, if I think about what's the bottom line, it would be your profit margins. You're trying to make sure that things are profitable in a company and so on and so forth.
It can't, yeah, I'll give you that. It can be that. It's kind of like it can also mean like the final result of the situation,
Okay.
like what the outcome, like what outcome are we looking
Yep.
for. But I think yours is probably more accurate, honestly.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, when I've heard that, I always kind of think about it in terms of like company or sort of businessy terms. Yeah,
Financial. Mhm.
I think.
Yeah, I'll give that to you because
Thank
you're
you.
right.
Yes. So I actually have a few, and I'm trying to think of which one would be nice to end on. You know what? I'll go with this one because it's always a great favorite of mine. So the word is Egypt. Egypt. Eejit.
Idiot.
Yes,
Sure.
perfect. Got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I actually I use that word.
I feel like that is, or at least I've heard like a kind of Americanized sort of version of it, but I can't think of what it was
It's
exactly.
idjit.
Egypt.
Idjit.
Yeah, that
Idjit.
makes sense.
EDGIT. I like texted that to
Ooh,
Mike the other day.
what is that? What is that spelling?
EDGIT.
Yeah.
Talk about like, yeah,
Yes, it
idjit.
is. And it derives from the Irish slang word Egypt, which means a person who's a dumb or an idiot. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think I learned that word in Kentucky.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So if
And
my really poor memory is serving,
and
which is probably not.
what a perfect way for it all to come together. An Irish word
Right.
influencing some American slang.
That's right.
Well, you'd think we planned this, right?
And we shortened it. And we
Yeah, we did
shortened
shorten it. We did shorten it.
it.
Yeah. So
All
Beth,
right. So, yep.
what are the scores from doors?
It's 10 to 15 in your favor.
Ireland, Ireland,
I
and
know.
then
I'm
cut this
sorry,
out if you
United
don't like
States.
Ireland, Northern Ireland, Northern Ireland. I'm not going to try for the UK. Sorry, folks. I feel no particular attachment to it. But
No, no,
I'm covering all the bases in the island of Ireland.
it's
Um,
true.
just
Although your
sheerly.
demographic is in the UK,
Well,
not
this
in
is
Ireland.
true. This is true. Tough. You just have
They're
plenty of
gonna
people that friggin' shoot your name. Don't even worry about it.
you just have less people
It's
in
true.
your
We do.
country,
So we
so it's
need
not your fault.
exactly. We need to shout about it.
Mhm. Um, it was funny. I right before I hopped on with you, I was reading the news, and Kim Jong Un was giving a press conference to a room full of women
Hmm.
in North Korea, and he was crying because he wants them all to have more children because their population is decreasing. And so
Yikes.
like he's crying, and then they like pan onto all these like ladies in the audience, and they're all like sitting there crying too. And I was just like, oh,
Yeah,
that's some power.
yeah, that truly is like. I mean, I suppose might know the consequences of not kind of reacting that way, like, which is really kind of that country's nuts.
I
Um,
know. I've
yeah,
been going through your photos, and it's fascinating.
yeah. I suppose there's stuff on there. Yeah, I forgot
Hmm.
about that. Yeah. But it was like it was still you took it. Well, certainly most of us took it so seriously being there, because it was such a you were like at their mercy, I suppose. If you're in their country, you really have to follow
Yeah,
their rules, even if you don't really agree with them.
yeah.
Excuse me.
So go have babies. Oh, I just saw one of my butterflies fly by.
Nice.
Yay, painted ladies. Um, so congratulations on your win.
Thank
We'll have a
you.
rematch at some point. And
And some other topic.
uh I don't know. That's a good idea.
We
But I
could, I
like
mean,
I
like,
like
because
it's kind of like a game that we're making up.
it
So
is a kind of game we're making up. But like, I suppose I'm trying to think of other stuff that would be common. Well, I mean, there's definitely things particular to here and particular to the US that we could have a guessing game about. So that could be quite good fun, actually. Yeah.
mhm, mhm, mhm.
Okay. I'm gonna think about options.
Okay. Do you want to transition to joy?
Yes. So, Beth,
Okay.
what's been bringing you joy this week?
So we recorded 2 days in a row,
Yeah,
and honestly, this brings me joy.
it does.
I have two things. This like I just have to say like I look forward to this,
Yeah, me too.
and I laugh. It's like I know I'm going to get an hour of laughter
Yeah,
in, and I don't. It's like it's just it. I'm having so much fun with this, and like chatting with you is just the best. And I just want to thank you for being you.
thank you. No, I
Shove
mean,
me, it's great. You can shove me in the face now, but like I really like there's no one else I would rather be like chatting with and laughing with for an hour every week.
and yeah, and I agree with I hope you know that I agree. You do know I agree. I've told you that. So
Like,
it's I just want to mirror all of those sentiments before I plug the thing that's making me joyful, which is just some stupid like TV show or
no, it's fine.
comic book or something like that. Um, so that like I don't know what I didn't really actually have anything massively. I suppose um I had been watching so- have you seen Justified, the TV show?
I haven't.
Okay. Do you know what it
You
is?
know, I do. I just don't. Uh, it's like the title has to do with his name. Is that right?
No, 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 no. It's like it's more to do with his sort of attitude, I guess. Like he's a kind of
Yeah.
US marshal who kind of shoots first and
So
asks
just
questions later. But it's
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
um
I've
uh
tried. I've tried to watch
um
it.
because I can't remember. It's
In between murder shows and Paris Hilton's reality show.
I think it's just, yeah, I get you. I think it's what's the name of the Elmer Leonard? So Elmer Leonard kind of created the or wrote the books that it's based on. But
Oh, I didn't know it was based on books.
yeah,
Then I
um,
have more. Yeah.
so because there was a new sort of season of it recently, and I caught up with that, and I really kind of enjoyed it. But I think what draws me to it more than anything is, I think this is true. It's the main actor in it is Timothy Olyphant.
Mhm.
I think he's awesome, and I loved him in Deadwood. And I was like so not sure about any time they revive something. I'm always like we're talking about the movie we're talking about. They're going to make a sequel
Final
to
Tap.
Smile Tap 2, and I'm like, I don't know about this at all.
What's
So
the one with that they remade with Harrison Ford and it's in the future?
oh, Blade Runner.
They remade Blade Runner, and I was like,
Yeah, I know.
no offense to the actors and everyone that put it's like, don't remake something that's
Yeah,
perfect.
like that film was surprisingly okay, but it was not. Again, I was just like, what? Why are they doing this? Um,
But when someone's like, do you want to watch Blade Runner?
yeah,
Like,
you're not
which
going
one
to
do you
go
think of?
2047. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. It's true. Um, but this was a real nice return to form, and it was just nice seeing my boy doing his angry U.S. Marshal shit again, and it was a very comfortable winter watch, which I always kind of quite enjoy, as having something like a bit, familiar around this time of year, So it's been kind of bringing me joy recently.
Good. You know me, like we talk about movies and TV shows all the time. So I'm a big fan
Yep,
of the medium, of
yep.
the art form.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I think. Oh, we could. Well, I was thinking it would be good to actually have conversations about those sorts of things. We can maybe think about those for like future episodes, thinking about various
Mm,
sort of forms of media, both in terms of like things that we enjoy from them and also kind of what's good about them and why they're
mhm.
actually worthwhile, I guess.
Yeah, I could tell you a lot about The Godfather because I read the
Ooh.
book. The book
Oh,
is
have
so
you?
good.
I
Yeah,
haven't.
I highly
Yeah.
recommend it. It's so good. And it's like you really get into Don Corleone's like thought process around like why he decides to cut the head off the horse and how he's going to do
Oh,
it. And like
interesting.
he gets all the information from oh, I can't remember his adopted son's name. Anyways, it's so good. Yeah, so I could explain. That was in the Barbie movie where they're like trying to
Oh,
like
yeah.
deprogram, and they were like, can I sit with you and have you explain The Godfather to me? And like, I literally do that with Mike all the time, at least once a year. And I'm like, and this is how, and this is why. And like, he's just like, okay, keep explaining it to me, Beth.
So many of those lines that the girls walked up to the guys with were so freaking good. They
I
were
know.
just so spot on. It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was so
Uh,
good. It should get I wish popular movies that aren't like sad
yeah,
or political like make their way to Oscar land, you know?
like I think the Oscars is such a political thing. You know what I mean? It has so totally become a kind of like, well, this person has like turned in some fine work over the past 10 years. It's their,
It's their
rather
turn.
than it being necessarily the best movie ever. Like they
Right.
talk about what was it, I think Dances with Wolves won the year that like
Yes.
Goodfellas was also up for it, and it's like
Yes.
no, but like Dances with Wolves was a fine film. It was grand, but nobody really revisits that film. I would for the most part. Whereas Goodfellas is still adored to this day, as
Yeah,
far as I'm
it
concerned.
is.
It's an incredible
I watch
movie.
it once. I watch it once a year
It's
at least.
fantastic. There's
It
not much
is.
else like it, But
No, there's nothing like yeah, I mean that there in yeah. Uh Dances with Wolves. I mean, we bought the DVD at the flea market a
yeah,
couple weeks ago, but I haven't watched it. And I always get sad because they kill the sorry, I'm spoiler alert, they kill the wolf and they kill his horse, and I'm just like,
yeah,
I left the movie theater because I was crying.
yeah. Like it's very tough. I mean, like I think a lot of movies have learned that in recent years. Is like we can't kill animals anymore, and it's like, yeah, you're damn right, you can't kill animals.
Well, it's like all these movies where the dog dies, and I'm
I
like,
know.
I'm not gonna watch this.
No,
I'm not
exactly,
gonna watch this. Like
exactly.
Turner and Hooch, I'm still mad.
Yeah, it's true. It's like
So.
Yeah, I know. That's just right,
Can't.
just
I
right,
can't. Yep. Yep. Yep.
just
Yep.
right. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Anyways,
so
yeah.
we are hitting the end of our episode, folks. And thank you for joining us all as always. Beth, do you have anything else before we wrap things up?
I don't think so. I'm
Okay.
just excited that everyone's here with us and enjoy. I hope people enjoyed this episode because I did. I had
Yeah,
fun.
me too. They will. They love it. They always
I
love it. They keep coming back for more, those sickos. But yes, but folks, lovely to have you as always.
As always.
And as always, we would like to remind you to
Stay
stay bendy.
Bendy.
You took a deeper breath with me.
I did. I was like, can I out Bendy him?
Smart. Bye. We love you. Bye
Bye.
bye.
Bye 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 bye. That was fucking hilarious.
That's good.